Hi guys, Julie Motlag here. If this is your first time to my channel or watching one of my videos, welcome. If you like the content, please hit like and subscribe below. I am rather new to YouTube fragrance review community, but I am not new to fragrances. So I just want to share with you my favorite fragrances, whether it be niche or designer, some of my favorite fragrance houses, why I like them, and then hopefully you can listen to my reviews and make a more informed decision about a fragrance that might suit your needs. So the house that I'm going to be reviewing today is Xerjoff, and they are one of my favorite houses right now. And I've been wearing their fragrances for probably about 2 years, and I am just in love with the house. Everything is such high quality and just great scents that I continue to buy them over and over. So I really want to talk through my top 5 picks for spring and summer. And one thing that you will learn about me is that I have some very high standards for my fragrances. I don't just buy a fragrance because it's being hyped or everybody is talking about it. I really test them out, and I only purchase the ones that I think have the qualities that I'm looking for. And that is that the scent is great, that they perform well, that they are high quality. And I'm kind of a scent trail girl, if you will, meaning I like a modest scent trail when I wear my fragrances. However, that being said, there are a couple of scents that I think smell so good, and I know that they're more of a skin scent and they don't project or last very long, but it's so beautiful. I still wear them anyway, and there might be one of those in today's review. So let's get to it. So the first fragrance I want to review is a stunning, eloquent, subtle fragrance that I absolutely love. And I know there's others that love it as well. And she is Dama Bianca. This fragrance is one of the fragrances that I think is more of a skin scent. And I have very specific times that I like to wear this fragrance, which is around my house, maybe just a night in, over dinner, and to grocery store. But she's not a scent that performs really, really well in the sense that you're not going to get the sillage, you're not going to get the longevity that the other Xerjoff scents might have. But she is stunning nonetheless. She's just fantastic. In fact, I like her so much that I have the body cream from the line as well, which I haven't used a lot of, but it is like, you can see there's just a little bit of a dent there, but I mean, they filled it up to the brim. This thing is so heavy. It is fantastic. And then when I ordered that, I also ordered the hair mist. And this is just such a great fragrance that, I mean, I mist it all over me when I'm just around the house. You know, I work from home, so working in my office. But this scent, it's just elegant. It's so beautiful. When you first spray it on, you're going to get the lime, the kumquat, which are kind of the top notes anyway. And vanilla is more of a base note here. But I smell it right off the top, and it's so pretty. The lime comes through. You can definitely tell it's a citrusy scent. You can get some of the lily of the valley. I smell some of the iris and the violet. But then as it settles on your skin, you can definitely smell more of the ambrette, the white musk, a little bit of the sandalwood that does come through. And even though it doesn't have this massive sillage, I mean, the reason I wear it is because the scent is so amazing. It is just different. It's luxurious. You can tell it's very well blended. But I do still get a little bit of it on my clothes that I've worn, you know, after a couple of days. I can still kind of smell it. So it's not a terrible performer. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's very pretty. It's very there. It just doesn't quite have the loud presence that some of the other scents do. And speaking of that, the next scent that I want to talk to you about is more of a scent that I think you could wear out to dinner. It does have some great longevity, and it is such a fantastic scent. I think it is probably going to be a very popular scent going forward for Xerjoff. And that is Le Capitale. This scent, oh my goodness, such a stunner. It is my husband's favorite. It was the first Xerjoff fragrance that I bought. And at the time, it came with a little meteorite in because it is part of their Shooting Stars collection. And I think this scent is probably the most complimented scent I have from men. They love it, and it really does smell incredible. In the top, you get strawberry, caramel, you get the peach, there's some labdanum in there, and you definitely smell those at the top. It's also kind of got a powdery note right off the top. And then as it stays on, you can get the saffron, the ginger, that definitely creeps in there, and then the rose. And then at the base, you definitely have the benzoin and the vanilla, and you can smell that throughout the entire life of the fragrance. This one is beast mode. Its sillage is moderate to strong. I have worn this to nice dinners at other people's houses. I think this is a great one to wear on date night, obviously, because men love this one. I always get complimented from men whenever I wear it. And you know, I have so many different fragrances that my husband is used to smelling all kind of different fragrances on me. So whenever I wear this one though, he makes a comment. He always does. So this one is definitely the compliment getter. And probably one of my top 5 of the Xerjoff fragrances that I love. It's just so great. It's powdery, it's delicate, yet it's there. And like I said, this one, when I spray it on, I can smell it on my clothes days later. So this one has fantastic performance, fantastic longevity, and is overall just a winner for the summer. I did wear it during the winter as well, and still had great performance. But it can definitely, because of those like fruity notes at the top, like the strawberry and the caramel, a little bit of the peach, you can 100% wear this during summer. Fantastic scent. I think this one is hands down 10 out of 10. Next up, I have a fragrance that is from the Casamarati line, and that is Dolce Amalfi. This scent is probably not everybody's cup of tea, but it is such a unique scent, and I fell in love with it. It's not a scent that I would recommend wearing for every occasion or every day, but there are some times that I think this scent would be really fun and really playful, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. The top notes of this scent, when you first smell it, you get the cardamom, you get the quince, you can smell a little bit of the apple and the saffron, hands down. But what I get out of this scent when I first spray it is the clove. And I smell that very strong in the beginning. There's a little bit of incense, amber and vanilla. All of that plays a part in the scent as soon as it starts to dry down. And when it dries down, you're going to smell this bazooka bubblegum smell. And that's why I love it. It's just so different and unique. And I really like wearing it. Again, I don't wear this when, you know, out to dinner or out on a date, but I do wear it to the grocery store, around the house, in my own office, because I just like to smell good all the time. So I do wear this quite a bit. But I could argue, because there's a little bit of spiciness in this scent, I could argue that it's not just a summer scent. It could also be a fall scent. And here's why I think that. Because it smells like bazooka bubblegum, for me, the nostalgia there is Halloween. And I think of that, everybody gets the sugary bubblegum on Halloween when we were kids. They still get it. And to me, it smells like Halloween night where everybody's chewing on their bubblegum that they got when they were trick-or-treating. And it really does smell like that. So I will probably wear this on Halloween myself this year. But I definitely see wearing it this summer as well. It's got a freshness to it. It's kind of light and airy, and I think you could totally get away with wearing this scent to a kid's birthday party or a pool party and just smell great. It's unique and it's different, and I really, really, really like Dolce Amalfi. I think this is a true, like, a good 8 out of 10 fragrance. And the longevity, not quite as high performing as Capitale or some of the other ones, but it definitely lasts on my clothes, lasts on my skin. It's just a little more dialed back and a little bit softer. And it does have a little bit of a powdery note too, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love the powdery notes. Anyway, moving on, I have 2 fragrances that I just got this week, and I have worn them quite a bit and am absolutely in love. They were both blind buys, and man, am I glad I did. The next fragrance I have is quickly becoming one of my top 3 scents that are my favorite from any of the houses that I like, but especially from Xerjoff. And I'm about to show you why. It is, when I got it, it was like Christmas Day, even though it was just a week ago. Look how beautiful this is. And the fragrance inside of here is Pikovaya Dama, which means Queen of Spades. And the inspiration behind this scent is the Russian opera. And it exudes elegance and classy, refined, regal, just posh fragrance. And I fell in love. So when I got it, and when you open it up, there is the bottle, and it's just kind of nestled in the little cocoon in the box. And then also you can see here that it is marked from the edition that it is. I think it says number 68 out of 499. So when you open it up, there she is. So this fragrance is definitely the most expensive of all of the fragrances we're talking about today. I think she is $650 US for the 3.4 milliliter. But in my mind, because the scent has blown me away, it is worth every penny. I absolutely love it. So, she's so beautiful. For the summer, I think this is a great, because it's so fresh and uplifting. But I do think that because it is kind of a more formal fragrance, this is something that you're going to want to wear to an evening summer wedding, which I have one of those coming up, and she is the fragrance that I have chosen to wear, or some more formal event, a nice concert. This fragrance is going to be absolutely perfect for that type of event during the summer. I have a sneaking suspicion I will be wearing her more than just 2 events because I love it that much. So let me tell you, when I first smell it and when you first spray it on, you get the lemon off the top with a little bit of a powdery note. So you can get to me, I get the rose, I get the lemon. I immediately pick up on the coriander and the Turkish orris, musk and vanilla. I get that right away. But when you spray it on and you let it settle in and give it time to kind of become its scent, you will pick up on some of the incense, you'll pick up on the sandalwood, and the musk and more of the vanilla. But I will say the one thing I love about this scent is it doesn't morph or change scents as it dries down. I really love that lemony powderiness that I get right off the top. And because of that, I want it to stay that scent that I love when I first spray it on. And it does. It really, really, really does. And the other thing that just blows the scent out of the water for me is that its performance is outstanding. It lasts forever. It is beast mode. It has that beautiful, modest scent trail that I absolutely love. It's beautiful. It is luxury in a bottle to me. I cannot say enough good things about this scent. I will probably always have this in my collection now. And like I said, top 3, possibly even a contender for my new signature scent, which I had the same signature scent for 20 years. I wore the fragrances, but that was Calcafleur, and I do have another video about that. A great scent. I just wore it for 20 years, so I wanted something a little updated, something different, something new, and I've been on the search for it for quite some time now, and I think I've narrowed it down to probably 3, and this is definitely one of them. Gorgeous, gorgeous scent. And there is a little stone at the front that is a tiger eye stone. And so all of the scents in this collection have a different stone on the front, but it's just so luxurious. When I wear it, I feel special. I feel pretty. I feel clean. I feel put together. And it just makes me want to wear it even more. So I highly recommend this scent. You probably should test it before you buy it. I wouldn't say this is a safe blind buy, but if you like it, you're gonna like it. The other thing that I would call out about this is that it is very aldehyde heavy. So I will do a full review of this fragrance in another video because I do want to talk about aldehydes, what they are, and how they play out in scents. There are a lot of scents that have aldehydes in them. Number 5 is probably the most famous one that has aldehydes. But aldehydes can be all over the spectrum, which means they can be really heavy at the top, or they can be fresh and clean and powdery. There's so many different ways that fragrance makers use aldehydes. And in this fragrance, it is just the fresh, clean, almost a little soapy version of the aldehyde. And I absolutely love it, but there's no denying that this is an aldehyde scent. So I know a lot of people are a little put off when they hear that a fragrance has aldehydes in it, but a lot of fragrances do that you don't even realize they do. It's just kind of like patchouli. Some people don't love patchouli, but most fragrances have patchouli in it. You just don't realize it. So this fragrance also has patchouli in it, but it's definitely kind of dialed down and blended really well. But love this scent. She is a keeper. So the next one that I have is also a 3.4 milliliter bottle, and I also just got her this week. So this next scent is called Erba Pura. And I was really looking for a summer kind of fun, bright fragrance. And I was trying to choose between Fragrance du Bois, Oud Orange Intense, I believe, and this one. And I ended up going with this one just based on some feedback I got from other YouTubers. And I'm so glad I did, because I had to blind buy it. I had never smelled it before. And she came in this beautiful little package. It's not quite the presentation that Pikovaya Dama had that we just saw, but look at how stunning this bottle is. Absolutely gorgeous. It is brighter and more vibrant in person, but this is a velvety, kind of a velvety sheen here. It's just so nice. And I had no idea what to expect. I watched reviews before I ordered this, but when I smelled it and sprayed it on for the first time, it's what I'm wearing today as well. I was not disappointed. Oh my goodness. I am so happy with my purchase. And this one will probably also be a permanent staple in my collection. I think that this is for summertime or spring, and you could wear this to a dinner out, a date night. You could wear it to the grocery store, around the house. I think that you could wear this to a concert. I think this one would go just anytime, any event in the summer. You could even wear it to a wedding in the summer as well. I 100% believe that it would be a great performer and be inoffensive, but still beautiful as well. So the top notes are going to be a little tangy in that you get the Sicilian orange, you get the Calabrian bergamot, and you get the Sicilian lemon. That's right up front. So first thing you smell, I've heard a lot of people that compared it to like an orange juice kind of smell. I can't remember the name of what they called it, but it does give you a little of kind of the orange behind that. I get that. But the reason I love it is because as soon as you spray it on and it starts to dry down a little bit, you get the fruits. And the fruits come bubbling through, but give it just a little bit longer and all of a sudden you get the powderiness to it. You get the musk and a little bit of the vanilla and the amber. So it's just so perfectly blended as a fruity scent, but also has more depth to it, which is the amber and the musk. I love that. It's like a fun, vibrant, kind of bright fragrance with just a little modesty coming through with the amber and the musk, that powderiness. I love it. So I will be wearing this quite a bit this summer and think it is just a fantastic fragrance. It is, I love it. I love it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to spray some on that right now. So performance. Wow, so good. The performance here is great. It is a scent that lasts a really long time. And it doesn't have some like giant projection or sillage, but it has just enough for people to say to you, you smell great. And I love that. I don't want to offend anybody that I'm standing around. I don't want to make them have to smell a fragrance that I love that they may not. And this fragrance isn't going to do that. But it does give you a nice, beautiful little bubble around you that if somebody is standing close enough, they're going to smell you. They might even smell the modest scent trail when you walk by, and they're going to love it too. It is not an offensive scent, great for summer, and it just performs so well, which is kind of on my top checklist of what I have to have when I order a fragrance. And that's also one of the reasons I chose to go with Erba Pura versus some of the other fragrances like Fragrance du Bois, because I've read about the performance. I did have samples of those and I would put them on and they just didn't last on me. So I couldn't really justify the cost of those fragrances. It's not to say I won't in the future, but right now I'm gonna enjoy this little baby right here. She's gorgeous and I highly recommend it. That being said, these are my top 5 Xerjoff spring and summer recommendations. I think you can't go wrong with any of them. There's one for any occasion. If I were going to make a recommendation out of this entire list of scents that I recommend for spring and summer, and you only want to get one, I would say Erba Pura is the best way to go. And then second to that, I would say is La Capitale. You cannot go wrong with either one of these. They're just fantastic scents. Ode to Xerjoff, such a great house, and I will continue to purchase fragrances from them. But I mean, I'm addicted. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and I will be creating more content as I go. Thank you guys. Bye.